chase me outside. How about that?
Case closed. Let's get drunk.
All week long.
All rise, order in the court. We're over in Clayton County, Georgia.
Did she tell him to take that mask off? He had it on just a second ago.
Oh, maybe. I mean, he's in a room by himself. Welcome. We got a case, not Chase. Chase is in cases 5 days a week, though. But
do you have any questions?
She's morphing. Always love that.
Okay, thank you, sir.
I feel like her hair's alive. It's just like
this is one of the first appearance calendar. That excuse.
Yes.
Oh my
Thank
gosh,
you
is
for your
that it?
assistance today. I appreciate it.
Oh my God, what's happening?
Do you have the how many preliminary waivers do you have?
I don't have any waivers.
There are. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi.
Yeah.
Well, that was great.
Cut it. Gone.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
That's quick. Did you guys enjoy that? That's off to a good start today.
It's a complete banger.
Want
Weird
to
hair.
watch the visits?
So
family members of
real
mine,
quick,
my
this
grandmother
guy
or my mother.
missing,
Okay.
All right.
not paying child
And,
support,
do they
got
have any
PTOs
criminal
hanging over
history?
his head.
No.
Law can't find
And
him.
are they known to the father in this case?
Yes, he knows them.
Miss
and
Victoria is stone faced.
Has he
Oh,
asked for any
Flusher, we
kinds of
dedicated the whole
visitation?
day to you
No.
yesterday on
We
court.
Should have been
reached
here.
out. We haven't spoken.
You missed
And
out.
is he current on child support?
Matt,
Supposed to be, yes.
Matthew.
Okay. If he's current
Bundles
on
of
child
energy
support
here
as of this
today,
month?
Creed. Bundles.
No. As in, I thought you asked if he's currently on it. No, he's not current at all. Sorry.
These men that don't
No,
pay
that's
any
okay. I
child
just wanted
support,
to, if he was
beat
on the
their
run and still going
wives,
to work, that was going to be
got
it.
6 girlfriends.
Is there anything else you're requesting today?
they can be changed, Mikey. They can be changed.
I will pass the witness.
Yes,
All right, your witness, Ms. Malgat.
like a poopy diaper.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Johnson, you were in court
Okay,
for
sorry.
the temporary orders, correct?
Yes.
So this is kind of
And
like PTO.
has there been any change to your daughter's health coverage since then?
No.
or TPOs? Excuse me.
Are you aware of Mr. Watson working since your daughter's birth until child support started?
Can you ask me the question again?
Yes, ma'am. Since
When's
your
the last
daughter
time
was
that full
born
work?
until child support started, was Mr. Watson working?
No,
Off and on, yes.
off and on.
What types of jobs has he done?
A lot of temporary, the temp agency that like helps
Sure,
you
Angela.
find employment. He did a lot of temporary jobs.
Simply temporary.
And when we set support, ma'am,
Hang
it
in
was
there,
based
Angela.
on the minimum wage, correct?
Yes.
Are you aware of there
Like $1
being
million
any
bucks.
physical or mental reason that Mr. Watson could not work at least 40 hours a week minimum wage?
Not that I know of, no.
4 hours a week minimum wage.
Does he have any other children besides your daughter?
He does.
How many others?
Oh my
Maybe
God.
about 4 others, but one of which
Maybe.
lives with him.
Maybe.
Okay, so he has a total of 5, one of whom actually lives with Mr. Watson.
There you go, loud.
Are all 4 of those children older than your child?
Yes.
I don't understand that we got this questioning.
Ms.
This is kind
Johnson,
of
were you
weird.
wanting the court to finalize these orders incorporating Ms. Schwartz's recommendations for visitation going forward?
Yes.
They are
And
really
do you
all
know,
temporary.
ma'am, well, you had testified earlier that the only support he provided for your child was placing the orders for diapers. Is that correct?
Yes.
He has a DoorDash pass.
Had you and he
Speaking of
lived
diapers,
together
I
since
saw
your
a
child
whole
was born?
boatload from Target
No.
today on my Facebook.
Got to stock up.
Are you aware of Mr. Watson being incarcerated or hospitalized since your daughter was born?
No.
All right, not even arrested.
Was there anything else, Ms. Johnson, you wanted the court to consider at this time?
Victoria needs to get a book.
No.
She needs to be arrested for
ma'am.
those
Your Honor, I pass this
gigantic
witness.
earrings.
All right, anything else on redirect, Ms. Schwartz?
Now, see, that's the way to do it. Otherwise, we think you're brand new. Even if you change your picture, we
I like that.
go nuts.
Good job.
Well, ma'am, are you asking for a geographic restriction? Your Honor, should I ask about geographic restriction?
Is this everybody's first day at work?
Yeah, no one's asked for one, so
Okay.
I'm gonna grant
I'll
one.
pass the witness.
Okay,
No question.
all right. All right, I'll ask for a closing at this time. I'll start with you, Ms. Schwartz, and then
Love
here's
the
Ms.
Columbo
Schwartz. I
pick.
want you to go ahead and again find me verification that there are outstanding warrants. See if you can find any what his
Gotta look
convictions
for all these
are,
warrants. They're
see
so
if you can get a
outstanding.
copy of his record or a copy of the conviction.
You were saying, is this the same guy that didn't even
Yeah.
know where
They
he's
can't
at?
find him. Yeah, they can't find him anywhere. That's why he's not here.
Those as idle items 1, and they will be admitted once submitted to the court. And because I'm going to take this under advisement as far as what kind of a conservatorship
Clearly.
I'm going to grant
Let's hope.
this gentleman.
He's got a
but
great
I am
voice.
Looking at
RJ?
going ahead and I'm also going to
with what
that
Chris
also
said.
will have a impact on how long the restricted visitations for, so forth and so on. So again, I need to see what's exactly.
He doesn't
out
want to
there
be famous.
so I can see what the court.
Good, just stop coughing on the screen, Dallas Alice.
Understood, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, then. But anyway, now go ahead and make your closing statement with that caveat. All right, thank you.
Leather and lashes, working hard.
Your Honor, it's certainly concerning that the father isn't here, or that he's got these warrants out that I'll be looking up and confirming. And we are also asking that
Yeah,
the
don't
woman
get to
who
laugh.
broke the window be excluded from those visits due to her animus toward the mother, just out of concern that that could be taken out on the child.
It's kind of weird that
And because
he's not
she's
there.
no
Yeah, he's got
relation, so especially
representation kind
for a
of like
supervised visit, it
working
wouldn't make
for
sense
him.
for her to be there at all. But if visits ever come to unsupervised, that would be a concern. So we are asking that if Ms. Johnson is able to get that
Welcome,
last name, that I also
John
submit
B.
that information to the court
John.
afterwards, and that based on the father's criminal history and the fact that he's got active warrants out at this time and is behind on child support,
Hi,
that
she's
this
doing all
court
right.
find that it would be detrimental to the child for him to have any designation, and not to order any visitation, but leave that up to the
No.
discretion of Miss Johnson, until and unless he's able to come to court and prove that things have changed. in
He
the
really
future,
hasn't
and
got any
he would be a safe
good
person for
redeeming
this
qualities
very
that we've
young
heard yet.
child.
You sounds
And
like a great dude.
We're asking for supervised visitation only.
All right, then.
Hey,
All right, Mr.
Flowerhead
Schwartz,
Mary.
if
Mary.
it comes down to that, I will name him at least a possessor conservator. I may not give him any rights, but I've got to give him some type of designation. So, but again, give me that information, and I'll take all that in consideration.
Thank you.
I now ask for a closing statement from the state and tell the court what the state's requesting we do here as a final. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Hero.
The state's requesting that this final
Bravo.
order reflect that Ms. Johnson maintain the health coverage for the child as government medical, and that Mr. Watson pay cash medical support in the amount of $14. Excuse me, that the current
14.
orders of the $23 per month continue, and child support remain at the $152 per month. Additionally, the
That's
state
it?
has calculated that
That's like
retroactive support.
it's like
in
a
the
week's worth of
total
DoorDashing.
amount Of $2,190.16 for the time period beginning the child's
What?
birth until August 31 of
Oh my God.
2022.
John,
just prior to
yeah,
current
quite
support
a bit.
starting be granted, and if so, repayment
Ain't
be
nothing wrong with that.
$61 per month
Welcome.
on top of the current support obligations.
You ever
The
been to Camp
repayment would
Lejeune and
begin
drank water back in the
February
80s?
1, Your Honor. Additionally, the
The new one
state
is
is
acetaminophen that gave kids
requesting that there be a ruling with regard
ADHD
to
or whatever the new
non-disclosure,
thing
which
is.
was reserved for final, and that and this court already made a ruling with regard to court costs. Thank you.
If you only pay $150 a month, how long does
the
it take you to get to
financial aspects of this case that you
$2,200?
requested, I'm
Since
gonna
the
try
baby's
and-
birth, she just said it.
I'm
That's
going
just
to,
Math.
been a while.
hold the finding on non-disclosure until Ms. Swartz gets me those items. Again, it looks like.
I mean, he
that
did buy
there is a
diapers
criminal
one
case
time,
pending,
Creed.
But right now, this gentleman's still innocent.
Oh, the dude that
And,
popped on screen with the
Swartz,
cat
if you can
filter
get a
was
copy of
amazing.
the incident report that's gone along with those pleadings for that as far as the criminal charges against the father
Lambo.
toward Miss Johnson, I'll also throw those in, please. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and, like I said, I'm gonna grant the financials. I'm gonna go ahead and but I'm gonna hold off on this, whether I'm gonna name the mom sole or joint managing conservator. I'm gonna go ahead and
Creed, I think
figure out
we're
what
pretty
I'm gonna
much
do with
done on
Daddy,
this.
whether
I
we're
want to
gonna do
jump
a
over
joint
here.
manager.
I'm not sure.
Probation,
So
revocation, or is it just a failure to appear?
he had
This
a
guy's
failure to
voice.
appear on arraignment. So he has a case that's currently open.
He
It's
should
for
be a
stop or yield
voice
sign,
actor.
stop or yield sign violation and obstruction
Yeah.
of an officer. I don't have
Yeah.
anything that indicates that he has a probation revocation, but if you want to go
Okay.
into the breakout room with the jail, you can speak with him.
Morgan Friedman.
Okay, I certainly would. And if he doesn't have that probation revocation petition, if we could address the bench
Mary, if you like my
warrant,
voice, listen to this
today,
dude.
that would be good.
This is a
So if
voice.
he enters a plea today, whether it's not guilty, guilty, or nolo, then the bench warrant will be
No,
dismissed.
hey,
because
police
he's
activity
in
cam. Good to see
custody.
you.
So
Okay.
even if
What
we
state is that?
have a not guilty plea,
Iowa?
we'll go ahead
Ohio?
and dismiss the bench
Can't
warrant.
tell.
Okay,
Very close.
All right.
all right.
So I'm
Okay,
gonna put
all
you.
right.
I'm gonna put you in the breakout room. You just have to let them know that you're in there to see that particular client, and the other
Okay,
two attorneys
fine.
are in there also.
Okay, all right. Thank
Right.
you, Yana. And
No
then
problem.
we'll report back.
Checking in from a
Okay.
parking garage, I think,
Touch your
Creed.
screen. If you don't see it pop up, touch your
Must have
screen
just
and
got
you
done
should
for
see
another
a
chase and
breakout
got away.
room invitation.
I love that guy's voice.
Yeah, Matt, go drop some coin.
Bet it all. Push it all in.
Bet on the props.
Prop bets are the best bets.
Well, while she takes a break, I'm patiently waiting over here for the next one. We haven't had a parole hearing in quite a while. I'm almost certain the
Ooh.
last guy actually
two
got
for
parole.
two. There, we got Grant
Yeah,
decline.
denied. Oh, it
Yeah.
is definitely up, fitty for Gilbert S. Stuckey.
Gilbert
number
S.
533494.
By the way, if you're wondering what this is, these are people who are trying to get out of jail. We see a lot of people going into jail,
Prison.
but these people are in the big house.
Yeah, these are
Hooskow,
big boys here.
the giant.
We actually saw a guy one time get off of what was it? Almost 400 years, 300 something years, I think.
Yeah, he had like 400 and some years left on his sentence, and he was able to get out. Wrongfully accused, probably not, but wrongfully charged, possibly with all those years. He'd already done like 30 years or something crazy.
Yeah, that was insane though.
So they let him on out of there.
Well, good to see the new names popping through. We always like that. Yeah, it's been a while since we've been over here. So looking forward to at least seeing one. The one just finished. They're up there in the corner underneath the logo, though. You can see there.
Do you think they're taking lunch?
Ready to go? No, I don't think so. The dude's sitting right there. It's I'll take the thing down so you can see. He's right there. They just sat down, so shouldn't be too long.
Very patient. Well, then while we're waiting for that,
Terminator.
we'll just watch a little something, and then when they pop on, Creed, we'll just come back to that. Why not?
Abraham Watts, announcement of council, please.
Javier Salcedo and Eliana.
Oh,
Elizalde,
damn it,
district
Creed.
attorneys for the state, ready to proceed.
I hope they're ready.
I told you a couple times. Ready to go.
Our next case is Mr. Gilbert Stuckey. Mr. Stuckey, would you give me your full name and
The
DOC
one of
number?
those gas station,
Full
Stuckey.
name
Yeah,
is
family owned
Gilbert
business.
Scott Stuckey. DOC number is 533494.
I don't know if you remember me or not, but I was your judge. that
Yes, sir.
sentenced
I
Oh
remember.
Wow.
God, he was
And,
understood.
I'm
Agree.
going to give you the opportunity to decide whether or
I
not
told you
want me
you
to
would
sit
never
on this
get out
panel.
of jail, and
If,
here I am to make
you,
sure you
would
go.
prefer me not to sit on this panel, or whatever I said back then, or whatever you think about me, that's okay. We'll just have to continue this and get another panel member to do it. Okay, to proceed forward, we can do that. So it's your choice.
Okay, let's proceed. I mean,
I
it's good to
trust
see you
you,
again,
Judge.
so to speak.
All right, okay, all right.
I feel like we're old friends.
Let me explain our process to you.
Yeah.
First, I'm going to read some information into the record, and then the board is going to conduct a parole interview with you. At the end, you'll be allowed to make a brief statement for the board votes. Understand our procedure.
Yes, yes.
View your discretion, by the
This
way.
is
This
the
could be
matter
some
of
graphic
Gilbert S.
stuff, so just
Stuckey,
heads
DOC
up,
number
just in case.
533494, date of birth, November 21 of 1959. He's classified as a second felony offender with a parole eligibility date of October the 9th, 2014. He has an adjusted good time
Yeah,
date
Brett.
of October the 14th,
Good time.
2028, and a full term date of October 9th of 2029. He is currently serving a 20-year sentence on the charges of second-degree battery and cruelty to the infirm, having been adjudicated a habitual offender.
Yeah, just a
Is
little
all of
battery.
that accurate, Mr. Stuckey?
Fight
Yes,
with
sir.
the elderly.
Mr. Stuckey, your case has been assigned to me, so I'm going to begin our interview
They
process.
have terrible
with you,
fudge,
okay?
by the way, Gary.
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit, Mr. Stuckey. First off, how old are you right now?
63, sir.
And how long have you been in prison on these charges?
13 years.
And John, my wife is a social worker.
Tell me a little bit about your educational background.
Well, I graduated high school, 1977, out in California, Sacramento, California, at
Shout
Lone
out.
High, as a matter of fact. And I also took one semester of night school at Sacramento City College concerning heating and air conditioning at that time. I was working hotel maintenance back then.
Nice. With the run through, we haven't seen.
And that's about my formal education right there.
Tell me about your work history.
Well, I've worked ever since high school. So I started out in the hotel business. I worked Roadway Inn, Holiday Inn,
all the fine
in the Belmont Hotel, as a matter of fact, for that was about 10 years. And then I started in the oil field offshore in 1986, I believe it was.
Philip?
And I was out there till 2003.
Oil fields.
16 years.
Decent resume.
Not bad.
Tell me what happened here with your mother.
Sir, that was another argument that we've had before at that time concerning her drinking. Okay.
Oh, mom drinker.
And I've been worried about it. Let me go back to the beginning. We were an Air Force family, okay, military. We were close. But back in '86, for whatever reason,
She drank
Dad
that water at
decided he
Camp
wanted a
Lejeune.
divorce from Mom. I
Became
still don't know
drunk.
why. But Dad remarried and he moved to Georgia, there at Warner Robins Air Force Base. Well, Mom never did, and she never really got over that fact. Okay, she wouldn't go out on a date and save her life or nothing.
Mom resented it. She's married to the
Right.
bottle.
She was a teacher at Episcopal for a while, English teacher, and they wouldn't renew her contract one year. So she went over to the public school. She wasn't there about a year, and she got scared because one of the students threatened her.
Got into a fight with
Eighth
his
or ninth
mom.
grade English.
Beat up his
And then
mother.
she went to
And he's
work
a
at
habitual
Macy's
offender.
there at the old mall. And for whatever reason there, she quit working. But anyway, as time went on, she just couldn't get over the divorce. And she was into the woe is me syndrome, what my sister
woe
and I
is
would
me.
call it.
Got it.
And she started drinking. And she started drinking more and more. And the reason it's affected me was in 2003, I got hit with pancreatitis.
Oh no, not the
Acute pancreatitis with cirrhosis and hepatitis C all at once. And it almost killed me.
Was he a drinker?
I mean, I got seriously sick. I threw my guts up. in pain you would not believe. I got down to 86 pounds.
At
Oh,
They
40,
gave
I'm
me over to hospice. But through God's will and my own, I fought back, and of course, here I am. Now, at this time, I see my mom. She's drinking pretty heavy,
nude.
and she's
I
going
hope.
down the same road that I went. I saw what was happening, and I kept trying to get through to her. Mom, you got to lighten up on this.
Talk about his
She
mom
wouldn't listen.
nude.
I mean, Mama
Yeah.
lost,
I just
Mama
hope it's
gets. And that's what the argument was.
Flusha, thank you.
But I blew it because I started screaming and raising nine kinds of hell, and I was knocking over newspapers, and I had her by the shoulders. Do you understand? And I scared her.
Shook
I
her.
scared the death out of her.
She was shook.
I never should have done. I mean, I can hear my dad telling me now, and my uncle for that matter. But that's what happened. That's what it was about. And I'm sorry because I blew it. I really did.
Listen,
I mean,
you got
I
to
meant well, but I did not go about it right.
because they're fighting for the life.
We tried to talk before.
Think about
It was the frustration, and it just overwhelmed me that night. And that's what happened.
Memoirs.
That's what it was about.
You beat her pretty bad.
Pardon me?
You beat her pretty bad.
Well,
Said he shook her.
like I said, I had her by the shoulders, and I was shaking her. And that's that's all I did as far as I know.
Oh, that's not good. He
Tell me
just
about
did,
your drug use.
he
Yeah, I
didn't
don't.
admit
Well,
what he
that's
did.
pretty much
Yeah.
non-existent anymore. I had fun with that when I was a teenager, but that was it. When I started
Well,
working
he
out
did
in the
more
oil
than just
field,
shake her.
that definitely
the way
went
he
by
was
the wayside because of the drug test. And I wasn't about to stand in front of my family and tell them I lost my job for 6 months or more because I took a hit off a joint or something. I just,
Cocaine.
there was no way. So, but I started drinking beer instead.
Great choice.
So as far as the drug goes, beer was my choice of drug.
Him not admitting that,
Yeah, he's done lost me.
Not really to drink to get drunk, but eventually I'd get there naturally. And through the years, like I said, it caught up to me. In 2003, my wife died, and that was the stress factor that set that off. And boy, did it hit me. It hit me hard, real hard. I'm still paying for it.
Now, what about your beating of your mother back in 2009 when you were abusing cocaine?
that was just
Say you were
shaking
going
her.
to come back and kill her. Tell me about that.
No, sir, I didn't
You.
say that. And as far as that cocaine went, I remember I was wondering what all the fuss was
Cocaine.
about that, because I knew some people that had done
What's
it,
the
and they
fuss
were
about
losing it.
this?
I just
Exactly,
couldn't
JJ.
understand it. So I said, well, let me check this out. So I went out and got some and got caught. Well,
Cocaine
so much
test
for
subject,
that.
Creed.
And that was it. So
Cocaine.
that's all I got to say about that one. Another bad choice on my part. But
There's no
You
way.
ever
to
had
let
any
this guy out.
sort of mental evaluation?
well, I've had some here, your basic questions and whatnot.
And have you been treated for anything? You take any kind
No,
of medication?
No, there's no need. Mentally, I'm stable or A-OK or however they term that.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
not necessarily what our records reflect. Got some, your answers to your question. I've reviewed them pretty significantly. You have a very high need for antisocial thinking, which means you need some significant treatment. What do you say about that? I've looked at all of your answers that you've given him, that you indicate that you're not a problem, don't need to be here. Tell me what all of that means.
Well, I'd
Thank
like to
you.
know where this antisocial comes from. I mean, I'm not understanding.
It
No,
comes
he's getting
from
angry.
Evaluation that the department did on you based upon your answers in the needs assessment was done in 2020.
I think we can get
All
to
of
the
your
part where he
answers,
hasn't taken any of the
all of
programs
these
and stuff,
things
and
that
then we
I'm
just know
talking
it.
about are your answers.
I'm
He's trying to trigger him.
recall those kind of answers. I'm not.
It's working.
I'm not sure about
It's
that
throwing
at
him
all.
off.
2020. Was
One
that
of the
after I
questions,
got here? Or?
one of the questions was, I'm not the problem, it does not make sense for me to be here in prison. And you agree with that. You're not the problem.
I've never heard that. I have no clue to that. I would not say that.
But these are your responses. These are your answers.
I can't understand that. I really can't. I have never had mental issues. I have an upbeat attitude.
Huh.
I mean, I have to be. I mean, you have to
I'm
be
a jolly
positive.
old self.
You got to think positive to be positive. I've never had to see the psychiatrist here for any reason or anywhere else for that matter. So I'm not quite sure where those answers come from. That's like somebody else. I just don't understand that. That's completely.
Look at is the guy. Thank you.
Well, you have a pretty serious history.
Is he not
of
believing this
alcohol, drugs, and violence. Now, that's all your mother's fault because
No.
she drank what?
No, sir. No, sir.
Tell me
That would be
what-
my fault. Like I said, the drugs there, that was a mistake. I tried that. The violence, again, I was angry with my mom. And I used to drink. Yes, I did. But that stuff's poison. I couldn't drink now if you had to. I don't want to die. It's poison. I'm not going to go through that again. That was back in 03. I mean, it's just it's a terrible way to go.
Well, in 2009, you weren't using cocaine when you and your
But say you
mother
didn't
got
say the
into
same
that
about
fight?
cocaine, did
No,
you?
sir.
Just the
No, sir.
drinking.
Police report that says that is wrong.
After that argument happened, I left.
We haven't got to that yet, Jay.
I left. So it was the next day when I came back, and then they came back, and that's when they arrested me and took me out. I mean,
Times have you been on supervision?
one time I was on probation for that little cocaine. Let's see what's happening and all that.
Did
2
you
years.
complete the probation?
I had 2 months left.
And what happened?
Well, that's when I got in trouble with this charge. As a matter of fact, that's with Judge Anderson, and he sends me to finish that up. I went to, I believe it was West Carroll at that time. I did 2 months there and finished that, and then came back to Baton Rouge on this one, on this charge because of the bail, the bond.
Denied back in 2018. You remember why you were denied back in?
I imagine because, again, that was right after work release. I thought I was going home, but I see now that's not the case because of the double bill, I believe you call that, or multi-bill. The offense carried 10. Instead, I got 20. So obviously, I had to do more time. Even though I've kept my record as straight as possible, no write-ups, but I had to prove it again. And that's why I'm here now today, sir. Hopefully, in 13 years, like I said, not a single write-up. I'm trying to prove 2 things. First, that I'm not a bad person. And second, that I take my incarceration seriously. Otherwise, I would not be able to sit here and tell you that.
Which sort of groups have you had dealing with substance abuse and anger?
I took a class on each one of those, good time classes.
When?
Good time classes. There we go.
I took one when I was at Caldwell. That was a substance abuse.
Beat his mother.
It's been,
So that's all about that.
I guess, 2015. It's the same year. As a matter of fact, yeah, that was the same year Mama passed away. She passed away March 2015.
Pretty sure, anyways. They haven't said any other charges.
Really,
Tim?
even though we had made
Other
up,
than
we
that,
were
no.
talking on the phone and letters and cards, it struck me
But he was a repeat
real
offender. He's
hard
done it a
here.
few times.
because of the fact I was still on this side of the fence, and now she's gone forever. And I miss her still.
Yeah, neither are
And
we.
The
and,
remorse of that day, I
Nah.
remember it quite well.
But the
It-
guy
it's
next
hard
to him
to
is just
describe
like
that kind of
shocked
pain
with everything that's said.
inside
He's
you.
like,
It does look a little bit. You're right.
But,
Mr. Sutton, what is your
No,
plan to
JD,
stay
no.
sober?
Nah,
I
she
know you
lived.
tell me, oh, I'm not
But
gonna
it was
drink
pretty bad.
anymore, I'm not gonna do drugs anymore, I'm sick, I can't do all. What is your plan to stay sober?
well, that's easy to do things that doesn't require you to do that. First of all, get back to work. Okay, again, the
it's
positive.
not all.
I'm here to be
Talk
positive.
to
I
me,
do have
bud.
a sister who needs my help.
Oh,
She just got through fighting cancer, melanoma,
Nancy.
skin cancer. But they had to operate, and they took a big piece of her left bicep out.
So cancer and the
spreading.
military
So she's
stuff, you know,
kind of handicapped. So to
trying.
speak. And she's going through a little physical therapy, but she definitely needs some help, both
I
financially
married your fat sister.
and, of course, emotionally because of the disfigurement.
How are you gonna stay sober is my question.
Willpower.
Cancer, my
Nothing
sister.
to it. Simple. Like I said,
It's a choice.
You didn't
that's
answer the
true.
question.
That is a choice. I
At
could go
all.
back, but I do not want to die in agony. And if that doesn't convince me or anybody else not to, well, so be it. But I can't.
Really
say
can't
it.
read the
That's-
chat.
It is agony.
You're
Like I
helping 'em.
said, you're puking your guts up, and the pain is off the charts. It's like a
Puking
12
up
on
your
a scale of 1 to
guts.
10. And I'm not going through that again. You can't move.
Mr. Stuckey, there are millions of people out there with sicknesses that drink and take drugs every day.
Well, again, that's them. That's their choice.
F
But I
them,
choose
buddy.
not to.
All right. What can you tell us about Mr. Stuckey?
Oh.
He is a Pride member. He has no write-ups, and so he stays out of trouble.
I mean, that's good. You got to give
Um,
him that. That's in
the
that
rest of the
setting.
record speaks for itself.
That's all we can say
Thank
about
you.
the man.
Oh,
Mr. Stuckey, is there anything you'd like to say before we vote?
oh God, don't ask that.
Well, I do have again, you was asking me about that. I do have a checklist for when I
I do
get
have
out.
a check here made out
to,
for $1 million.
Keep me on track and to prioritize the things I need to do. I made this list so I could keep it straight. Would you like to hear it?
Sure,
not-
go ahead.
Ah,
Tell us
Okay.
whatever you like.
Nail it.
The
This is
first
it.
thing first, of course, is to get some income coming in. Okay, which will initially be through Social Security.
Income coming
But
in.
afterwards, I'll be able to go back to work where I was when I was at work release. I did well enough there that they gave me an open standing invitation to come on back and they'll hire me on it. Full benefits and
But
full
everybody's probably
pay
dead that offered you
and
that, by
everything.
the
I
way.
survived
He's gonna
Christmas
get out, go
layoffs
get
and
a
everything.
job?
2 years, I busted my tail for. I
Nah.
did what they told me to do and the rest didn't want to do. But I
2
did it.
whole
I hung in
years
there.
you worked hard for them people.
That's what I do. Work, eat, sleep. That's what I was here for. But anyway,
Yeah,
get on with
beat each
that.
other
Now,
a few times.
second is get my driver's license back and of course, purchase a vehicle with insurance so I can start getting around, obviously there. And
need
the
a
third,
motorhead,
of course, depending on where I end up, I gotta start purchasing furniture and pots and pans and plateware and silverware and cookware.
I just want to
And as
get a
needed,
dog.
anything.
That's
And of
next.
course,
on the
no
list.
grocery shopping. Maybe put a little smiley
Take a
face
shower.
around that one. Clothing is needed, and
Grocery shopping.
telephone and internet if necessary.
Stock up on
Now, and
ramen
all the
and
while this, I'll
Oreos.
be visiting with my sister and helping her, especially once I get mobile, you know. I mean, I'm the big brother and I need to look out for my little sister. I mean, that's what brothers are supposed to do. And she needs me now more than ever. And
Well,
she's
where
been
is
with
she
me
to talk
through
about how
this,
much she needs your help?
and
Yeah, she
we
should be
actually were
here.
both kind of, but her being in the physical shape that she is, she needs a helping hand, big time. And I'll do
Gotcha.
anything I need to do to help her out, whether it be
Okay,
a
okay.
place to live or financially or what have you, emotionally for sure. I can understand.
Just
But
staring
anyway,
at
that's
him
my
now.
checklist
It's
to
just-
get me started. So I don't get
On to it.
sidetracked.
You're losing them. Come on. Hit them
Oh,
with
he
something
lost
good.
a long time ago.
Well, there you
He
go.
lost this.
Come on, hit them
I
with
hope
something
I've
good.
shown, like I say, 13 years, it hasn't been easy. There's nothing about jail easy. So
Is
Okay,
that for
thank
real,
you.
Kay?
Now ready to vote? Yes. Mr. Roche, I'm gonna ask you to vote first.
Mr. Stuckey,
yes,
I've listened to your interview intently. I've read all the information in your packet. Especially, I read your Tiger needs assessment questionnaire.
What?
And the answer that you gave on that questionnaire is a major concern to me. You show no remorse. You show no responsibility
Oh,
for your actions.
Didn't even
You actually
Is that
Speak
real?
Your 75-year-old mother to the
Oh
point
yeah, no.
that she had to be taken to the hospital.
Oh wow. That's funny.
We have a history of violence. It is domestic abuse.
And
We have law enforcement opposition.
didn't even answer the question about
We
state
have a
sober.
poor supervision history. You were revoked in 2013. You have an extensive criminal background. You've been arrested 10 times. And I think you need an additional anger management programs. Even though you've taken anger management, I think you need to take additional programs in anger management and victim awareness. For those reasons, I'm going to deny your request today.
Shocker.
Thank you.
Mr. Gilbert,
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to encourage you to just continue to process all, you have a lot of baggage, as we say. And you got a lot of bags. You got a lot of bags. And the questions that Mr. Marabella was speaking to you about, it was something you did in February of 22, and the answers were yes and no. Yes and no. Say that stuff to her, but that was your answer to the questions. Maybe that's why you don't remember. It would behoove you the next time that you go and take a test, when you take your time and really process, the question and answer it. Because that's what, because it was just yes or no.
Yeah, but that's not the only reason he's staying there. Let's not get crazy.
Yeses
Yeah.
and your no, just very
No,
concerned.
he's going to prison.
It's very, very concerned. And I just want you to hear, for me, it's just not yet. I'm not saying no, but I'm just saying not yet.
Dude, think he's
I
gonna
can
go
see
back to
you
his
getting
old
out,
job
but
and
you
they're
want to
holding
be able
him
to
for him.
stay out.
I've been holding that job
There's
for
a lot of
years.
baggage with your mom. To take some ownership of your choices and how you dealt with even her choices. So today, my vote is denied, really for the reasons I already stated on the record. But again, I want to encourage you to reapply and just go ahead and try to, talk to somebody in mental health and see, can they help you process some things?
Tell me you
That's
changed
what
your mind. You don't want that judge
Stucky,
here.
you had two
Somebody
votes
else
to
in here.
deny. I think everyone here has encouraged you to continue to
Oh,
work
my
hard.
God.
I think you need to do some more reflection inside and accept more responsibility for what you did. Continue to do the thing you're doing. As Ms. Wise says, not today, but perhaps the next time. So good luck to us.
Thank you very much. Appreciate the help.
39, Gordon, thank you very much for all your help.
Thank y'all. Good seeing all three of y'all. Y'all have a good day.
Good to you. All
And
right.
that's it
And
for
to your
them.
staff.
Wow.
Haven't
Not
seen
good.
we haven't seen one of those in quite a while. So that's
Yeah, it's been a while.
Is she here? Oh, she did not check in.
Gary Lewis Jr.
Honorable Judge Cedric Simpson, ladies and gentlemen. Also somebody that we haven't
told
spent so much
myself I
time
was
with.
gonna
But
get
Gary
Canada
looks like fun.
Road.
Is he on a yacht?
Bench warrant will
Rowboat?
issue for defendant's failure to appear in this matter. Bond 5,000, 10% privilege.
Everybody's
That
just
warrant will
pumped
issue
about this
immediately.
bench warrant. I knew that guy wasn't getting out.
Court calls the case People versus Gary Lee Lewis Jr.
You know, I hate to say it.
For the people.
It almost seems like he might
Alana Reed,
have,
Assistant
if he
Public Defender,
really
with and on
talked it
behalf
right
of
and
Mr.
he
Lewis.
did
Mr. Lewis,
say
could
the
you please
things
state
that
your
he needed
Did
to
he
say.
say? Did he say Jerry Lee Lewis Jr.? Or
Gary
Gary Lee
Lewis.
Lewis Jr.
Jr. But I really think the guy could have he could have worked it. I think I could be wrong, but
As soon as we found out that judge was the guy who heard his case, he knew
I don't know if he sat there.
He
and-
knew all the ins and outs. He knew all
that's
the
true,
little
though.
things that wouldn't have been known by just anybody coming in and reading a few things.
Vikings, so far it's 3-2 today. 2 were paroled and 3 got
Name
denied.
for the record.
Gary Lewis Jr.
Oh, there he is.
Thank you. I believe that in this matter, there was an offer to dismiss the case if he paid the fees, and at last go, I believe there was about $120 left. Mr. Lewis, do you know if that is still the case?
Yes, ma'am. I went in there last week and paid 120, and
Okay,
I still
so-
owe 120.
Good for
When do you
Gary.
think you'll be able to get that paid?
Not for a couple more weeks. I had a bunch of bills come up on me, so I was hoping to pay it all, but I couldn't.
Okay.
Okay.
Here comes the judge. Here comes the judge.
To be clear, Your Honor, what he's paying are the fees on his civil case. I'm sorry.
No, go
On
ahead.
his civil case. Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah, the one was gonna be dismissed, the no registration one.
All right, so let me ask you this, sir. Will you have it paid by the 24th, or you need more time than that?
I wonder what kind of
Do till my next check, which is February 3rd, I can pay that.
Gotcha.
what kind of bills came up that
'Cause I'm
Gary
on
wasn't
disability.
expecting?
Can't really work.
No, I got you.
February 14th.
February 14th. All right, well, I guess we'll get to see each other Valentine's Day. I'll adjourn it up February 14th.
Oh, Valentine's Day.
Okay, thank you.
All right, and that's at 9 a.m. All right, sir?
All right, I'm writing this down. February 14th, 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Oh, easy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Gary's got a nice place for
I can leave now?
disabled
Yep,
dude.
bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Leave and finish that cigarette. Clerk
Yeah.
calls the case People versus Cheryl Lynch.
He's talking to you, Green.
For the people.
Hello. Assistant Public Defender with and on behalf of Ms. Lynch. Ms. Lynch, could you state your name for the record?
Cheryl Lynch.
Thank you.
He had child support to pay.
Your Honor, she has about 4 to 6 months before she'll be able to get her license. So she would like to plead to a lower charge and be able to get this case cleared so that she can just move on with the other matters that she has to
That's
attend
it.
to in order to get a valid license.
Why 4 to 6 months? What's up?
Just my income,
My income is not
Oh.
coming in. Your honors. Don't forget to like this
Before
video.
you can pay off everything, you mean?
Yeah, I just want to give myself enough time to pay everything off, that's all.
Well, hang on a minute. Let's see. Where
There's
we
some-
are.
And it
there's
shows
some
by the way he
other,
looked.
Bench warrants for DWLS out of 14B as well. I just wanted to make sure that she knew, so she didn't get paid.
Yeah.
Where would that be at, if I could ask?
That's Ipsy Township.
Okay, yeah. I'm not 100% sure of everything that I have, but that's all I need to know, like everything that I need to pay.
I can get you the contact information, at least for the 14B court.
So how does she, so if she doesn't know what she's got to pay, how does she know it's 4 to 6 months?
I think that
Well,
what she
my
does know.
end, I know I have a few things to pay, so, I just want to give myself time.
If you don't know how much it is,
I could-
how do you know
if
you
I
don't have
could
the
ask
money?
for
Good
that.
point.
Okay, I can't give you the 6 months, but you don't
Okay.
even know how much you owe, do you?
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Okay, so
It might be.
I'm trying to figure out how everybody did this calculation. If she doesn't know how much she owes or where she's got to go.
Not everybody. I didn't do those.
Okay, all right, just everybody but McDuffie. All right.
I think that based on what she does know, she knows it will be sometime, but I'm also okay with adjourning this.
I believe it would
allow
be
her-
sooner. I just want to give. I kind of always.
Okay, all right. So that may not be the best way to handle it.
Making
all right?
up excuses.
Let's do this. You got some stuff out of 14B, so you need to check how much you owe there.
Okay.
See, you're gonna mess this all up, and then next thing you know, you're gonna be out there, and then you're gonna be driving. Hang on, let me just check her record. 'Cause she just
Oh, there's old
sitting up there
rusty
trying to
old
give up in
timer.
front of me, and I should let her do that, but
He's got these women in the palm of his hand.
Try
no, you're not. You just gave up. You ain't trying anything.
I ain't giving
Set
up.
my patience. Hold on.
Judge Simpson, master performer.
Good. See, I don't do this for everybody, so I'm gonna do it for you because you just trying to give up on life, trying to give yourself time to do what you don't know. That one's good. 14B.
Got the crowd just eating out of the palm of his hand.
That's sanctions off. That's sanctions off.
You should see the way he's got this crowd eating out of the palm of his hand.
I heard her say it about paying it.
She's got a bunch of driver, but those are all off.
I see 2 bench warrants for DWLS.
Ooh.
What's that?
So I don't know if that's driving while license suspended.
Yep, that's what
So,
that probably is.
so what you need to do, that's over at 14B. So on your driving record, though, I don't even see those 14B ones as suspending her right now.
Okay.
She just has the bench warrants out. All right, look, young lady, here's what you're gonna do. You're
Hook
gonna
her
go
up,
over to
get ready.
14B within the next week.
Mhm.
And then you're gonna come back and see me in 2 weeks.
Okay,
Then we'll figure out what kind of mess you're in, and then we'll figure out what you need to do.
okay,
Rather than you just making up your mind out of nowhere.
okay.
Okay, all right?
Yes.
Jeez, oh Pete. I'll adjourn this 24. January 24,
We
23.
I'm not
9
mistaken. I think that we did discuss
Mystery.
that
Thank you
so
at one
much.
point.
Mystery.
Amber. It sounds familiar.
Yeah, we did. I'm pretty sure we did. We've seen a lot of great stuff out of Simpson.
Yeah.
I mean, he can be kind of goofy, like he is not right like goofy, but just lighthearted, fun, laughing along. He can get very serious very fast.
Yeah, you can. There's no doubt about that. Real quick, and we'll come right back to Honorable J. Cedric Simpson. Just wanted to do a quick check because, you know, it's always good whenever Judge Boyd is on. Slightly different angle today. Big pocketbook, though.
I saw some video yesterday that Hector sent over. And man, she didn't have any purses there. She was strictly business.
Remember we called her at her house that time, which was weird.
Before we get back to Cedric, let's see what's
Yeah.
happening here real quick. Everybody's just staring around looking like nobody's saying anything. Look at him, and the guy's in jail. He's like,
So when she's done, you have all your court people.
Somebody didn't have their papers around, I guess. I don't know.
it's like nothing is happening, but everybody's on camera. He's very confused. We'll go back to Cedric because nothing is getting done here. Nothing.
There's a good one over in 3B, but it's about a 20-minute case they're already into.
Can we hear it?
Yeah.
She's not here any longer. She was here, but she's not here now.
Yeah, I thought I had saw
We can
her name and
I can back it up a little bit. We can check it out, see if we want to
Said to leave.
Go ahead.
do that.
Why not?
Something like Duffy said.
you scared her away.
Yeah, I didn't. Duffy did that. I didn't do that. All right. All right. She was here though, and she's here every.
Mr. Robert informed me that they
Back
are
it up,
going
he's-
to be willing to dismiss these charges if you enter a plea of guilty to domestic violence second offense. That's a misdemeanor. A felony and habitual would be dismissed if you pled
Same.
to one count of domestic violence second offense. That's a misdemeanor. It's punishable by up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,000.
He's always a little soft, but at least you can hear him.
Understand?
Yeah, Your Honor, as part of the plea agreement, would be an agreement that he be placed on probation and no further jail time.
Went back to in person, bud.
All right.
Fully, I believe.
Well, that's pretty generous.
So this got knocked down quite a bit when you're looking at a DV case.
Your Honor,
and,
this will be, and I've talked to Mr. Robert about this, this will be a no contest. Take advantage of the plea agreement. Do you have a bond info or something?
I have Sergeant Zimmer's affidavit, I think.
By the way, Dave is back.
Yes, I do.
Sometimes the state needs to obtain
Hey, Dave.
copies of the records that they.
He's drooling a little bit there.
He's getting
He's still not
Work-
dead.
worked up. Well, we're waiting.
All right, let's unpack this.
Let's do it.
The
Unpack it.
felonies are offered to be dismissed. and you're gonna enter a plea of no contest to one count of domestic violence, second offense. Generally don't favor that, but if the prosecutor is accepted, I'll accept it. They're also recommending that I
Beautiful
not order
heart.
any additional jail.
Gorgeous.
And that I put you in probation, probably the full domestic violence treatment class. The issue of whether there's any jail is up to me. The prosecutor can say we don't object,
Dave does look
but you
a lot like
understand whether or not jail
Slightly.
is imposed as an issue for the judge. Understand? You have to speak here. All right. By pleading no contest, you don't admit what happened, but you also don't deny what happened, and you would allow or accept that a conviction would enter. Do you understand? All right. You understand that if you do plead to this charge, you will be giving up your right to have a trial in front of a judge or a jury. There will be no trial. You understand that? Yes. If there was a trial, you'd have the right to be represented by an attorney. Mr. George has been representing you in these matters one by one, and we've taken care of several things already. You could also hire an attorney of your own choosing if you wish. and I
He's the
believe
other
you've
side.
done
He's a
that in the
hippie.
past.
He talks
If you had a
music a
trial,
lot.
you'd have the right to take the witness stand yourself and testify on your own behalf, but you don't have to because you have a right not to testify. And if
You
you
might
did
as well
wish
not
to
with all these charges
testify,
they're
the
gonna drop
judge or
for you.
Jury cannot hold your silence against you.
I
You
think he's
have the
going to
right
represent
have any
himself.
of the witnesses for or against you subpoenaed to come to court so they can be questioned under oath. And you have the right to be presumed innocent if and until state was able to prove this charge beyond a reasonable doubt. You understand? Yes.
He doesn't seem too happy about dropping all these charges, Middleton.
I wouldn't either, especially with crimes like that. I mean, could you imagine if that's you that was assaulted and everything, and I'm just going to drop all those charges and just hit him with one small thing?
Yeah,
We took care of that assault and battery case last Thursday. That's still in here.
I think that's set out for sentencing.
I mean, I don't think that charges like that are typically dropped into. I mean, he's still going to have a charge. I mean, it's second, time around with the DV, but still, it's a lot.
Might as well just go all in, though. I've never understood that, and I'm not going to try and pretend I do.
Does he have anything pending in circuit court? No. Everything's resolved in circuit court. Okay, good. There's a lot of baggage on here, but most of it is resolved.
You can actually exclamation point member, and
You
it'll
owe
pop
me
up. Anybody can do that.
some money in a driving case by February. We took care of that driving case and the assault case. All right.
Yeah,
Are you
it's just
pleading
a
no
hell of a fleet when
contest
you
to
got
this
that many
charge? Yes.
charges being
All
dropped,
right.
basically.
I have a sworn affidavit prepared by Sergeant Ashley Zimmer of the White Pigeon Police Department.
Be interesting to see why
She
or
states that on September
how they got to
19th,
this.
she was called from a male subject who asked if an assault could be reported that happened over the weekend. Contact was made with the victim of the assault, Ashley Grant. Grant stated her brother had called the police department earlier on her behalf. The assault had taken place on September 17th at her aunt's residence at East Michigan Avenue, Village of White Pigeon. No one other than herself and her boyfriend were home at the time of the assault. Grant stated the suspect in the assault was her boyfriend, Mark Ritchie. She stated that they'd been in a dating relationship for approximately 2 months. Grant went on to say that a couple of weeks into the relationship, things became violent and abusive. Grant stated that Ritchie was drinking and always becomes more violent when
Poison.
intoxicated. We've seen that. Heard Grant.
Real quick, gigantic hallelujah to Amber. Thank you. Too tired for something way to hear some money. Thank you. Let me see if I can get you 20 or not. There it is. Sorry, I wanted to pause that because pretty important information there.
Ritchie pushed her into a bedroom door, grabbing her by the neck and pushing her against a wall.
Thank you.
While Grant was recounting the events of September 17th, there were visible injuries or bruises on her arms, neck, and forehead. These injuries, according to Ms. Grant, were sustained from the abuse of Mr. Ritchie. Grant stated that Richie had threatened her throughout the relationship that if she were to leave, he would harm her family, burn her aunt's house down, and shoot her brothers.
My God.
And I guess
Sounds like
that's
my
a sufficient
stepdad.
Actual basis for an assault. You do have at least one previous conviction.
Did she come forward maybe and eliminate a lot of
One in
this, or
2013 and one in 2018. Let me look up.
This does
Unfortunately,
not-
probably not.
this does not seem like grounds to be? It's definitely
It
interesting.
started out as an assault with a dangerous weapon and domestic violence second, and was reduced to a domestic violence. There was another one before that. All right, as I indicated, Mr. Ritchie has got several.
Thank you, Mike.
Mike, thank you for the $5.
And Judge, if the court's gonna proceed to sentence him, Ms. Grant, the victim, is here.
I see her there.
Okay, the victim
I'm
is
glad
there,
that
Creed.
she's
All right.
here. Yes, I'd be interested in hearing from her.
Let me guess, they're back together and just fine.
Oh, I hope not.
It's got to be. It's the only thing that I can think of.
I don't think that would play any part in it.
In this case, for some reason, no bond conditions were put in place. So the defendant and the victim have continued to have contact since the time of the offense.
Why wasn't I have no contact? Why? That's standard, right?
You would think. In the original charges would make it sound like that would be a no-brainer, right?
Is he? Look how he's looking over there, trying to look at her. Did you see this bald bastard trying to look over there? This woman beater.
Pike, I'm glad to hear that. A new knee. That's
Tell her, save me her old one. I might need it because this one's pretty bad.
His first domestic assault charge was in 2013. And his probation was eventually revoked.
he's not too fond of this at all. You can tell.
2015, he was charged with resisting obstructing police officer.
History of violence.
2017, he was charged with assault with intent to commit great bodily harm and domestic violence that resulted in a misdemeanor domestic violence. 2018, he was charged with being a disorderly person.
Those Dino Nuggets are very good, by the way.
Are they? I've never.
If the ones that are Jurassic Park brand,
Really,
they're
they're decent.
huge. They're like this. They're like this big. All
In
white.
2021, he was charged with assault with a dangerous weapon. That matter was found over at the circuit court.
My God, this
It
dude.
was ultimately dismissed after it became uncooperative.
Does she have brothers? Because if so,
22 is this case.
Guessing she doesn't, because otherwise he should be really beat up.
And then he also had an assault and battery
oh, bless her heart. Tell us thank you so much.
that was reduced to disturbing the peace. So to say that you've got an assaultive background and anger issues
He keeps getting away with it.
is borne out by your history. Mr. George, what would you like me to know?
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, as Mr. Robert noted, this was a situation where I believe my client wasn't arrested on this until sometime either late November or early December. There wasn't a condition in place that was keeping Mr. Ritchie and Ms. Grant apart. From what I don't have any information that there has been any type of additional issues between my client and Ms. Grant since then.
Fire captain.
My client, I've represented him in some other cases. He's always been to court, always been taking it seriously, and speaking with him about the offer in this case. He indicated that, he would be able to do whatever's asked of him while on a probation. I think my general position, Your Honor, is that the jail is always going to be there. So, I think that with the prosecutor's recommendation, we'd ask the court to follow it. And, if my client doesn't hold up his end of the bargain, he would understand that, the jail would always be there at the court's disposal.
I mean, that's not deterred him yet. Phil.
No, not at all. Phil, welcome to the fam.
Sergeant Zimmer, could I ask you to
Made a great
trade
choice today.
places with Ashley Grant?
Unlike
At
these
least-
people making choices of knocking down his thing.
Just
Is this
remember,
her?
kids make mistakes. Adults make
Good
decisions.
afternoon.
Is this
You're
the
Ashley
victim?
Grant,
Yes.
and I've known you through your relationship with Anthony, but didn't put two and two together until I saw you live here in person regarding this case. Now, this is alleged to have occurred on September 17th of 2022. Mr. Ritchie didn't get arrested until December 12th. So there was a lot of, and I don't always understand the reason for that. It was occurred on September 17th allegedly. It was filed on November 10th, and then the warrant was served on December 9th. So in the meantime, you're there together. Also, during this same interval between September and
All aboard.
Mark got
Thank you.
arrested, Anthony got charged with assault with intent to do great bodily harm,
Looks good on
allegedly
you.
occurring on or about
Doing well, Phil.
October 29th. That case was ultimately dismissed by the prosecutor. So I wasn't clear where you were living or what was going on. So what would you like me to know?
As far as Mark,
Yes,
he's been doing great and we've been together since
how long have you been dating?
since July 8th.
I hate hearing that. I really do.
Are you living together?
We are
At where?
with my parents right now
Which is where?
in Constantine.
She might not live through the next one, by the way.
Are they both living together with the parents?
All
Is that
right,
what-
he has no alcohol conditions on these bonds.
Is it going well?
What's the situation with that? Has he been drinking?
He has not.
Gotta get this court case over. Gotta get the court
Sergeant
over.
Zimmer quotes you as saying, and I believe her, that it's always worse when he drinks. This particular incident in September, he was drinking. You remember what he was mad about?
I don't. But I know that he has been being attacked a lot by my family and my brothers coming over there and
Yeah.
him and beating him up.
Yes.
You go.
Yes. Good.
Well, I guess they don't like him beating up his sister.
Yes. Thank you.
All right,
Yes.
are you employed?
I am.
Where do you work?
I work for GT Independence.
Okay. And
Paper mill.
your kids are with Anthony?
They are.
And so there are no children and you're in Mark's home?
No.
Especially with one that's got a long ass record like
All
him.
right.
I mean,
And
it's
so you don't have any objection to this disposition of this matter?
No.
Mr. O'Bear, anything else you wish to add?
Thank you.
We did print out some of the pictures that were taken if the court wants to see those.
Yes.
oh, that doesn't help anybody in this situation, does it?
Thank you, Sergeant, for taking pictures. He knows how often somebody does, or if they take them, I don't get to see.
You know, we're gonna sit here and cry. We'll sit and cry about you know, her brothers coming over and whooping his ass because he's been beating on her and just waiting for this court case to get through before he does it again.
Flower, it's coming if you're over on it. Got to be on the main channel, by the way.
No.
Well, Judge,
One of the
he
things
didn't.
she told Sergeant Zimmer
He didn't really say anything to it
was
other than, well, I guess
some
they
of
don't
them
like
might
you
look like
beating up on their sister.
that was happening.
Well, two of them definitely look like cigarette burns.
Ooh.
On her?
Yeah. He's looking at the photos right now.
Unfortunately, I've seen a lot of cigarette burns.
Oh, we can almost see him.
Oh. It's hard to tell from the scale of a picture, but that looks
Creed,
like a bite mark.
I just want to show you this real quick. This lady is over here crying her eyes out, waiting for Simpson to come back.
Oh God.
What do you have to say for yourself?
We don't fight, Your Honor. This is all because of her husband trying to get her back and blaming
Cigarette
me for
burns?
stuff. I love Ashley. She's a sweetheart. She gets mad because she misses her kids. She's just mad because she misses
This
her
is
kids.
all because you just blamed it on somebody else.
Almost every.
This guy's a real POS, no doubt. Nightbot coming through. Yeah, exclamation point member. I popped in there, so that's what you need there. I'm glad that we jumped over here because this is pretty insane. It's still live, and I had to back it up a little bit.
Anytime you have one of these, it's not your fault.
I'm not.
It's all a big
He's blaming the victim.
misunderstanding. Somebody else started it. There's a recommendation of no jail.
Just like the
I
guy.
didn't hear you say, I'm sorry. I wish that
Parolee.
hadn't happened.
I've
You
said-
entered a plea and then you proceed to tell me it didn't happen.
No,
So
Your
maybe
Honor.
we'll just try 365 days in jail.
Please
Yes.
Would not
do
like
it.
that, Your Honor.
No, you wouldn't. You have a terrible temper. This is the 5th time you've been charged with domestic assault, a couple times great bodily harm. It looks to me like she got assaulted. She's got marks on her arms, marks on her back, and she has a cigarette burn on her arm.
Thank you, Nancy.
Nancy,
for you.
thank you for those. It's absolutely awesome. And
Again, let's go ahead and preface this with this guy. Again, is blaming the victim.
yeah,
Again, he
we
is
see this so many times.
5 times he's been in front of the judge. 5 times. I don't know why he doesn't just send him to prison. This is ridiculous. He's not going to stop. This is all a show. It's all a song and dance. He's going through the routine. And then guess what? It's going to come again. And the next time, she might not live through it. And it's going to be on the hands of the prosecutor not pushing to have this man locked up.
Listen to the details that we had of this with him up against the door, cigarette burn, stuff like that. It's like torturous shit.
And then he says, what happened? Yeah, well, you know, her old man wants this, and this is nothing about him. I'm a piece of crap, Your Honor. I have an issue with beating women. I get drunk and go crazy. Let me tell you something. My stepdad was the same way. Guess what? He quit drinking. And what did he do? He beat your ass even though he was sober. So
right, because
this
then
alcohol,
all of a sudden he's an a-hole drunk. Yeah.
Guess what? He's a piece of crap no matter what.
Yeah. Those of you, nice crowd in here. Those of you maybe coming in here a little bit late. This is live going on now. We had to back it up so we can catch all of it. But listen, this dude's doing a no contest plea, apparently, bringing it down, bringing the charges down. And we're finding out more and more. Then they just got the pictures, of her getting her ass beat. Oh, they're together, by the way, last 6 months.
Living at mom and dad's house. I'm wondering why the brothers are coming over wanting to kill the guy. He deserves it.
And she's there talking nice about him. But
my mom was the same way. You couldn't have knocked sugar out of her mouth, even though he knocked all of her teeth out.
And so you don't have anything to say, I'm sorry, I wish I didn't drink so much and lose my temper. It's all her fault. Thank you.
No, it's just, I do things, Your Honor. I know I do. I don't mean to.
And one more very quick thing, how you guys were saying about, Judge, go get him. I'm telling you, I could tell just off in the beginning, something wasn't setting right. And you can just see right through it with Judge Middleton that he's not liking this at all. So it'll be very interesting to see what the outcome of this is. Let's hope jail. I wish you could.
I do defend myself a lot all the time. It's just, I was tired of her brothers coming over, and they really got me, man. They really got me for no reason. I had done nothing to them to do anything, and I didn't fight back to them. I just.
Oh no,
took
he's
what
not
I
a stamp to a man, just a woman.
And I don't want to drink and be like that, Your Honor. I really don't. I just want to be have a normal life.
Are you working somewhere?
I've been trying to get into Valpel. She keeps telling me that there's 3 openings and she's waiting to do the interviews and supposed to have an interview. And I've been calling her. I go there every day. I talk to her.
Well, right now, you're not much of an asset. You're more of a detriment. You don't have a job. You're
Well, I help out her mom and dad at their home a lot. And
What, wash dishes? Are you 12?
whatever I can to help them.
That's
out.
yard work, Mikey.
They're really good people.
I took the dog out.
They're living there, Sally. They're living there with the parents.
They know that I'm a good man and I'm not trying to hurt nobody, and they know how everybody is. And
what? Everybody
they understand now, since I've been living with them, that I love Ashley and I'm not going to hurt her.
I wish
Anymore.
I could tell you how many times I've heard that. Some guy in Pullman just killed his 2 children, killed his wife, and then he shot himself within the last 7 days. 13 and 11-year-old beautiful girls. We've had, I don't know, 50 of those here in St. Joe County in the 42 years I've been here. I love my wife, except I killed her. Yeah, it rings pretty hollow. But you need to get it together. You're not a kid anymore.
He's not.
You're an adult. You need a job. You need health insurance. You need to help this lady. You need to be a source of support to her.
I know.
And one of the things you can help to do that is to not drink any alcohol.
Yeah, I'm done drinking, Your Honor.
Well, it isn't that easy. Anyway, you're not to use any alcohol, any
Thank you,
controlled
Judge.
substances, including marijuana, unless you have a medical marijuana card.
I don't do that drug anyway, never.
Well, no others. Your problem is alcohol. We're going to do testing as directed.
Why are we not giving him some time? Let him sit,
As Mr.
sit in
George
jail.
says, the jail is
Part of the
always
thing was
there.
no jail. Part of the plea.
Yeah, but Middleton can go off on his own,
I
man.
believe these pictures.
Yeah, Hector,
Even more than what she
Look
says.
at him
I wish
showing
I
us
had
the,
5 cents
Pepsi.
for every time a woman came in and told me it didn't really happen.
And Hector, yeah, you're
I really did. This also affects her ability to have contact with her children.
Mhm.
She's alleged to be in an assaultive behavior relationship. It jeopardizes her circumstances.
Yeah, he's doing her no favors. He's an anchor around her neck, and she doesn't see that.
Let me see how
She's
much
in
time he
love.
actually spent
Oh yeah,
in
she's in
jail.
love.
I love him. He loves me.
And a little yard work. I help around the house when I can.
Her brothers are going to catch up with him. I guarantee you.
Yeah, I mean,
They're going to fall out of. He's going to fall out of good graces with her, and then
especially with this little slap on the wrist that he's getting here.
You missed some court in the other case, and I gave you a couple days for contempt, but I don't believe you ever missed any court date here. You've been here for every hearing. So really, all you have is 1 day.
thank God they don't have any children together.
I'm over 181 days in jail, credit
Can you
1
imagine?
of 181.
To some extent,
days,
you're
180
exactly right.
are
She is
deferred.
afraid of him. She's doing what he
I don't really
says.
like doing that. So you have a prediction on how much jail you're gonna get if you screw up this probation.
I won't, Your Honor.
I'm gonna start with 180 days. You're gonna go to the full DV class. No assault or threatening behavior. We need substance abuse counseling, no threatening or assaultive behavior. Fine is 0. You got enough other stuff to pay for.
You got a horse trailer for that
$75
dog, do you,
victims'
Lisa?
rights fee,
Gonna need
$50
one.
state minimum fee, $150 attorney fee. Mr. George certainly earned his money a year.
Oh, Chris, good point. Yeah,
And,
you're right.
$480 probation oversight fee. You need to pay for the class. We've got several people ready to start it. This was a giant gift.
Sounds it. Yeah,
It is.
I'm sure he don't look at it that way.
Whenever I see it, you're like this. You're polite, respectful. But there's another side to you that I don't see. And I don't want to see that part.
It's
Know what's hanging over your head.
Thank you to Georgia, by the way.
Who was your
5
last
gift
district
subs,
court
Creed.
probation
5
officer?
It was
big
years
ones.
ago.
That was Ryan Smith. And I think
Georgia, thank you. That's all. We appreciate that.
And Judge is right. I see you in here. You're putting on a great show. You're polite. You're kind. Not a,
All
not a
right,
sour
there is
word
not
from
a
your
no
mouth.
contact provision. There never was a no contact provision. There is no assaultive or threatening behavior. And you don't have to get beat up And I think your family is more worried about you than you are.
Mm-hmm.
But no alcohol, no drugs, no assault or threatening behavior, no criminal activity. I want you to find full-time employment. In addition to the other roadblocks you got driver's license issues. So
course.
it'd be nice to get a job in Constantine, but there's limited places to work. But Bob Pill isn't the only shop in town.
I believe it or JG, he's usually extremely fair with things, and I'm
He is.
kind of surprised. There's a reason why this is all happening, and there's a reason why he's not.
I'd be happy if I didn't hear any more about this. My fear is I'm going to, but you know what's going to happen. I would like you to be in a non-violent, non-threatening, non-power and control relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yep. 100%, John.
I guess that's all I got to say. I want you to take this. Do you smoke?
Yes, I smoke cigarettes.
Don't burn anybody with them.
Wow.
That's very telling.
So,
Thank you.
He said there was cigarette burns on the woman.
Does he need to go downstairs?
yeah, so you need to take that down to probation.
You know, there's a lot of things going on there. He's not happy with that
No.
at all.
Well, actually, I'd like to keep them so the probation. agent
There's-
can see them.
There's a reason why.
Did you want it on a disc? I have a disc if you'd like.
You can see it on his face. He's disgusted.
Yeah.
Do you need these
It's
for
been
your
a
file?
tough time.
No, I'll just give them these. All right, thanks for doing that.
He wants
Yeah,
those
there you
pictures to
go.
stay on file, by the way, with probation,
Very
which is
nice.
very smart because,
Does that look like a cigarette burn to you?
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Well, that
100%.
completes our record. We had three prelims. One was dismissed. One guy waived on 2 charges. We just took that. plea.
I wonder if that was a favor for somebody, or I don't know. That was very odd. From the beginning, you could tell that he did not want to do what he just did.
Yeah, he made a deal with the devil. Unfortunately, sometimes they do that. They have to, not have to, but you know, deals are made, things are promises are made, and then he's kind of on the spot. Yeah, he's kind of on the spot where he has to.
Thank you, old man Vic. He did add a couple of things in there with the testing and that, but I don't know, man. That one was tough. I'll tell you. I give you an idea of how fair Judge Middleton is. There was a time where he had a case that came up in front of him. We watched it, and he dismissed himself and said, "You got to come back again with another judge because I have a feeling you're the one that broke into my." Remember, he was doing work for him at his house.
And he said he had broken into his shed or his garage or something.
He's biased because he thought that the guy stole tools from him and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he is extremely fair on so many levels. So that's an interesting one. We're not judges. We're just sitting here kind of playing.
We're not lawyers. We're not going to pretend to know more than you.
But we are pet owners, though.
Yes, I actually have a dog, which I've learned that today, which is if that's the case, what the hell? But
Hey,
yeah, Gary. All you ever hear from us are 2 things. Either we're going to be lighthearted and try and have a good time and entertain you guys and just be like a community and a group. Or there's going to be times like this where we're going to have very strict, hard opinions about something, and
like this one.
We're not going to back off. That's going to be it. That guy is a piece of crap. He deserves to be locked away. And unfortunately, just like Middleton knows and made reference to, it's going to happen again.
Yeah, I like I said, there's a reason you can see it on his face from the beginning, and then at the end, it's almost like he's disgusted that he had to go.
Made him sick to his stomach. If you missed what we're talking about, make sure you rewind and watch it if you're just joining us live. And we're about to leave on out of here. We got
very quickly. So she's been doing a lot of crying and just
tons
waiting
of crying
to be seen by
Simpson. Yeah, because she was there the entire time. If you didn't notice when we were watching a while ago, and then they left, I guess, for lunch, and she's been sitting here crying her eyes out. She's calmed down finally, but apparently she's looking at some hard time or something.
Yeah, I'm guessing Judge Simpson about ready to drop the hammer on her, and she knows it. I have no idea That yes, and we have stayed at a Holiday Inn experience before. Too.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys are new here, some of the new people that were picking up memberships, we appreciate that. Everybody who was nice enough to send those, very generous. We appreciate each and every one of you. And we would never overlook you. No, sir, not here.
Seriously, thank you. And Lambo Red, Flusha ×2, by the way. Amber, Pike, Phil, Fire Captain, Georgia Peach. We've Nancy had bought some too. Right?
Nancy had bought some too, didn't she? Yep. She didn't get on the train.
Sorry, Nancy,
Mikey was busy being angry.
Right? No, that one did anger me as well.
I've lived through that, and it's a terrible thing for everybody. But to stay in it when it's so new like that, when you hear it's only like 2 or 3 months, they don't have any children and things like that. Get out of it. Just get away from it.
Yeah.
Learn something and be done out of it.
That was an interesting case for sure. So, but that's part of what's good about doing this show. We see so many different things. Saw the guy get denied for parole, almost for the same reason because of this dick that was on there.
Yeah.
Not admitting to anything, not understanding what they have done. It just makes me nuts.
No clue
This
whatsoever.
lady's, I don't even know what the hell she's done, but she has some remorse. She has more remorse than those 2 guys we saw.
I've watched her cry her eyes out on this smaller screen where she's gotten to the point she's had to use her shirt to dry her eyes because she is so upset. So I keep an eye out for Simpson and find out what she did, and she's probably got some very serious consequences coming her way.
Amber, I can give you a hint. It is Taco Tuesday, no matter what. So
no matter what,
there's that.
No matter what.
Sorry,
Nancy, I apologize. And for that, you will be the conductor of the train on We Got Chase. No questions asked. Oh, boy. All right, guys. Well,
Tuco, Ben, by the way.
Tuco, I think Tuco's gone MIA. Tuco, maybe. I always hoped Tuco maybe changed his name. But maybe he's gone MIA like Ivan did.
So many.
Never
leave
forget.
us. Never even say goodbye.
Never even say goodbye or send a letter. And we didn't even hit nobody. Ain't that something? But yeah, we're going to get on out here. We'll be back at it again in just about an hour and a half at 4:05. We got to chase. If you're new here, make sure you're back for that. You went vegan, maybe. But yeah, we appreciate each and every one of you. We hope you had a great time because we know we did. Kind of. Creed, anything else?
Yeah, Chuck, it's on its way, or you can, well, it'd be pretty far to scroll up.
Go ahead.
Exclamation point, member, and Nightbot will pop that up. That is if you're on the main channel on YouTube, just so you know. Otherwise,
we need 400 more people to become subscribers over on We Got a Case, which is our case exclusive channel.
We'll go ahead and pop it on there too. Courtney, watch Simpson and let us know what happens here with her, or what her charges were. I'm interested now.
Yeah. And they had just went to lunch a little bit ago, so they'll be gone a while.
Go listen to some good music. We'll see you at 4:05. Hugh, thanks, buddy.
Until next time, if you like good music, yeah.
Ta-da!